That bone-chilling sensation, the sudden drop in temperature that makes every hair on your body stand up. It's not your imagination, and it's definitely not just another cold breeze. For centuries, across every culture and continent, people have reported these inexplicable cold spots, moments when time seems to freeze and something different enters our world. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most documented yet misunderstood supernatural phenomena. You'll discover why these sudden chills might be more than just your body's natural response, and what ancient wisdom tells us about these moments of inexplicable cold. But here's what makes this truly important. Knowing the difference between an ordinary chill and something more sinister could be crucial for your spiritual well-being. We'll explore the hidden signs most people miss, the real reasons behind these temperature drops, and most importantly, how to protect yourself when you encounter them. The knowledge you'll gain in the next few minutes isn't just fascinating, it's essential for anyone who's ever experienced that unmistakable feeling of a presence accompanied by an unexplained cold. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at a sudden chill the same way again. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change everything you thought you knew about those mysterious cold spots that make you question reality itself. Physical responses in our bodies tell intricate stories that science has carefully mapped out over decades of research. When skin temperature suddenly drops, microscopic muscles called erector pili contract, causing goosebumps, a primitive response inherited from our ancient ancestors. This natural defense mechanism once served to make our fur stand on end, making us appear larger to predators and trapping air for warmth. Most ordinary chills stem from simple biological triggers, rapid temperature changes, emotional responses like fear or excitement, or even our brain's processing of powerful memories. Studies show these normal chills typically last between 10 to 20 seconds and affect localized areas of our body, particularly along our spine or arms. But science reveals something far more intriguing about human thermal sensitivity. Our bodies can detect temperature changes as slight as 0.02 degrees Celsius, an incredible feat of evolutionary design. This heightened awareness served as an early warning system, alerting us to environmental dangers and potential threats. Medical research further explains how fear and anxiety trigger our sympathetic nervous system, releasing adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones cause blood vessels near our skin to constrict, reducing blood flow and creating that familiar cold sensation. Scientifically speaking, this process, known as vasoconstriction, is completely normal and well documented. However, here's where traditional scientific explanation meets its limits. While biology perfectly explains momentary chills from obvious triggers, it struggles to account for sustained cold spots that defy environmental logic. Science can't fully explain why some people experience prolonged temperature drops in specific locations, especially when these cold spots move against natural air currents or appear in temperature-controlled environments. Furthermore, documented cases exist where multiple people simultaneously experience identical cold sensations in the same location, something that challenges our understanding of individual biological responses. These instances fall outside the realm of typical physiological reactions, suggesting something beyond conventional scientific explanation might be at play. This gap between what science can explain and what people consistently report worldwide opens doors to deeper questions about reality's true nature. As we continue exploring this phenomenon, these unexplained elements become increasingly significant. Sacred texts and historical records spanning thousands of years paint a remarkable pattern of encounters with unexplained cold spots. Ancient Egyptian priests documented specific chambers within temples where mysterious cold zones would manifest during spiritual ceremonies. These areas were marked and revered as doorways between worlds, places where mortal and immortal realms intersected. Moving eastward, Chinese manuscripts from the Tang dynasty speak of ghost winds, inexplicable cold breezes that would sweep through perfectly still rooms. Monasteries kept detailed records of these occurrences, noting how these cold spots often preceded significant spiritual events or visitations. Monks developed specific practices for identifying and responding to these temperature anomalies, believing them to be signs of spiritual activity. Native American traditions across various tribes shared strikingly similar observations. Medicine men spoke of cold shadows, areas where warmth seemed to drain away unnaturally. These spaces were often associated with spiritual messages or warnings, leading to elaborate rituals designed to interpret their meaning and significance. Medieval European monasteries maintained extensive records of what they called frigid sanctuaries, spaces where temperatures would plummet without natural cause. Monks documented these phenomena with remarkable consistency across different locations and time periods. What's particularly fascinating is how these accounts share common elements despite emerging from completely isolated communities. In Japanese Shinto traditions, sudden cold spots were seen as evidence of spirit activity, specifically yokai or other supernatural entities. Ancient texts describe how priests would use these temperature changes as indicators of spiritual presence, developing complex systems to distinguish between benevolent and malevolent entities based on the nature and intensity of the cold. Perhaps most compelling are ancient Nordic sagas that describe frostwalker paths, trails of inexplicable cold that would appear even during summer months. Vikings interpreted these as signs of supernatural presence, particularly noting how these cold spots would sometimes follow specific patterns or appear at crucial moments. Across all these diverse cultures, one pattern emerges consistently. Cold spots were never dismissed as mere weather phenomena. Instead, they were treated as significant spiritual markers, demanding respect and often requiring specific protocols for interaction. These ancient understandings weren't based on superstition alone, but on generations of careful observation and documentation. Spiritual realms interact with our physical world in ways that often manifest through temperature fluctuations. Ancient wisdom speaks of negative entities requiring energy to maintain their presence in our dimension, drawing thermal energy from their surroundings, creating those distinct cold spots that send shivers through our bodies. This energy drain serves as both their sustenance and a telltale sign of their presence. Beyond mere temperature drops, spiritual presence often creates distinct layers of cold, almost like walking through invisible veils of increasingly chilled air. These layered temperature changes often indicate deliberate attempts at communication or interaction from spiritual entities. More concerning are situations where these cold layers seem to follow or track specific individuals, suggesting a focused spiritual attention that demands awareness and often protection. Deep spiritual teachings reveal how negative entities typically manifest in 3 stages of temperature change. First comes a subtle cooling, barely noticeable except to those most spiritually attuned. Second arrives a more pronounced chill, one that catches attention and creates unease. Finally emerges an intense cold that seems to penetrate beyond physical sensation, reaching into what many describe as touching their very soul. Most intriguing are documented cases where these temperature changes correlate with spiritual activity cycles. Much like physical world patterns, spiritual manifestations often follow specific rhythms, becoming more pronounced during certain lunar phases, specific hours of night, or particular calendar dates. These patterns, recorded across centuries and cultures, suggest an underlying order to what might otherwise seem random spiritual encounters. Sacred writings describe how pure spiritual presence, untainted by negative intent, often manifests differently, creating not just cold, but a complex temperature interaction that might include spots of warmth amid the cold. This complexity serves as one way to discern between different types of spiritual encounters, offering crucial guidance for those seeking to navigate these experiences safely. Research into near-death experiences frequently mentions temperature sensations, particularly how souls reportedly experience distinct temperature changes during their brief departures from physical bodies. These accounts provide fascinating insights into how spiritual energy interacts with physical reality, suggesting that temperature changes serve as a natural bridge between physical and spiritual realms. Beyond sudden temperature drops, supernatural encounters typically manifest through multiple concurrent signs, creating a complex tapestry of unusual phenomena. Static electricity often intensifies in affected areas, causing unexplained interference with electronic devices. Phones might lose signal, batteries drain unexpectedly fast, and lights frequently flicker or dim without apparent cause. Physical sensations extend far beyond mere chills. Many report feeling unexpected pressure changes, as if air density suddenly shifts in the space around them. This pressure often concentrates on specific body parts, particularly the back of the neck or between shoulder blades. Some describe it as invisible hands touching them, or an unseen presence breathing down their neck. Animals react instinctively to these supernatural manifestations. Dogs might suddenly freeze, staring intently at empty spaces, or backing away from seemingly nothing. Cats often display even more dramatic responses, arching their backs, hissing at invisible entities, or refusing to enter certain areas altogether. These animal behaviors frequently precede human awareness of spiritual presence by several minutes. Unexplained sounds typically accompany these cold spot encounters. Subtle whispers might emerge from empty rooms, footsteps echo through vacant hallways, or soft knocking sounds emanate from solid walls. Most notably, these sounds often seem to move against normal acoustic patterns, appearing closer or farther away than physically possible. Time perception frequently distorts during these encounters. Minutes might seem to stretch endlessly, or hours pass in what feels like moments. Many report checking clocks or watches only to find them showing impossible times, or stopping altogether. This temporal disruption often correlates directly with the intensity of other manifestations. Emotional atmospheres shift dramatically during these events. Overwhelming feelings of being watched intensify, accompanied by inexplicable anxiety or dread. Some describe sudden mood changes, from calm to agitated or peaceful to unsettled, without obvious triggers. These emotional impacts often linger long after other signs fade, suggesting deeper spiritual influences at work. Sleep patterns undergo significant disruption when spiritual presence manifests. People consistently report waking at specific times, particularly between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m., feeling an unexplained urgency or unease. Dreams become more vivid, often featuring symbolic warnings or messages that correlate with daily experiences of supernatural activity. Natural chills pass quickly, fading within moments as our bodies adjust to environmental changes. Yet supernatural cold spots persist, defying physical laws and natural temperature patterns. Most tellingly, these spiritual manifestations create cold that seems to radiate inward rather than affecting the skin's surface, a sensation countless witnesses describe as chilling to the soul. Patterns emerge when examining authentic supernatural encounters. Normal temperature variations affect entire spaces evenly, while spiritual cold spots often form distinct boundaries, sharp lines where warmth suddenly gives way to inexplicable cold. These boundaries might move or shift, but they maintain their distinct edges, creating what ancient texts describe as pockets of otherworldly chill. Measurement attempts reveal fascinating distinctions. Standard thermometers might register traditional cold spots, but supernatural temperature drops sometimes defy instrumental detection while remaining palpably real to human perception. This disconnect between mechanical measurement and human experience points towards spiritual rather than physical phenomena. Duration serves as another crucial differentiator. Natural chills resolve once environmental factors normalize. Supernatural cold lingers, sometimes for hours or days, regardless of heating systems or weather changes. More disturbing still, these spiritual cold spots occasionally attach to specific individuals, following them from place to place, a phenomenon virtually impossible with natural temperature variations. Location specificity offers additional clarity. Natural cold spots form logically near windows, vents, or areas of poor insulation. Supernatural chills manifest anywhere, often in sealed, temperature-controlled rooms or, more tellingly, in places of historical significance or emotional resonance. These locations might hold no obvious physical reason for temperature variation, yet consistently host unexplained cold spots. Multiple witness accounts provide perhaps the strongest evidence for distinguishing supernatural chills. When several people simultaneously experience identical cold sensations in the same precise location, especially while others nearby feel nothing unusual, natural explanations fall short. These shared experiences, particularly when witnesses describe identical boundaries and sensations without prior communication, strongly suggest genuine spiritual manifestations. Timing and repetition patterns further separate natural from supernatural chills. Spiritual cold spots often recur at specific times or under particular circumstances, creating predictable patterns that defy environmental logic. This consistency, especially when documented over extended periods, helps confirm supernatural origins. Ancient protection rituals, passed down through generations, offer powerful defenses against negative spiritual encounters. Sacred texts speak of spiritual armor, not physical shields, but rather an internal fortress built through unwavering faith and practiced meditation. This spiritual fortification begins with cultivating inner light, creating a natural barrier against darkness that manifests in unexpected cold spots. Maintaining positive energy serves as a fundamental defense mechanism. Negative entities drain energy, creating those characteristic cold spots, but they struggle to affect spaces filled with genuine joy, love, and peace. Regular prayer or meditation practice builds this positive energy reserve, making it significantly harder for harmful presences to establish their cold domains. Sound vibrations play a crucial role in spiritual protection. Sacred chants, hymns, and even simple humming at specific frequencies disrupt negative spiritual activity. These sound-based protections work by elevating spiritual vibrations in affected spaces, making it difficult for lower-frequency entities to maintain their presence and their characteristic temperature drops. Sacred symbols, when combined with genuine faith, create powerful protective barriers. Whether drawn, worn, or simply visualized, these ancient symbols act as spiritual anchors, stabilizing natural thermal patterns and preventing supernatural cold spots from forming. More importantly, they serve as constant reminders of inner spiritual strength, boosting natural resistance to negative influences. Physical space purification methods strengthen spiritual defenses. Burning sacred herbs or resins, time-tested practices found across cultures, helps maintain spiritual boundaries. These traditional methods don't just mask supernatural cold, they actively work to prevent negative entities from establishing the energy drains that create these cold spots. Building spiritual communities provides another layer of protection. Shared faith multiplies individual spiritual strength, creating protective networks that negative entities find difficult to penetrate. Group prayer or meditation sessions establish particularly strong defenses, often preventing supernatural cold spots from forming in the first place. Regular spiritual maintenance proves essential for long-term protection, Much like physical exercise builds bodily strength, consistent spiritual practice develops supernatural resistance. This includes daily prayer or meditation, regular expression of gratitude, and conscious cultivation of positive thoughts and actions, all working together to create an environment where negative entities struggle to manifest their telltale cold signatures. Most importantly, maintaining unwavering trust in divine protection provides the strongest defense against spiritual attacks. This foundational faith, when genuine and deep-rooted, creates an impenetrable barrier against negative influences attempting to breach our physical realm through those characteristic cold spots. Stepping into realms of unexplained cold reveals profound truths about spiritual reality surrounding us every moment. These temperature anomalies, far from being random occurrences, serve as ancient warning systems designed to alert us to spiritual presence. By recognizing these signs, we've unlocked vital knowledge passed down through generations of spiritual warriors and protectors. Modern skepticism often dismisses what countless cultures have documented for millennia. Yet these cold spots, these moments when physical reality seems to bend and shift, continue manifesting across every continent, in every culture, defying simple scientific explanation. This universal experience transcends religious boundaries, speaking to something deeper in human spiritual awareness. Throughout history, spiritual masters have recognized these temperature changes as more than mere environmental fluctuations. They represent moments when veils between worlds thin, when spiritual entities, whether benevolent or malicious, reach across dimensions to interact with our physical realm. This knowledge, preserved through ancient writings and oral traditions, provides crucial guidance for navigating these encounters. Perhaps most significant is how these cold spot encounters often mark turning points in spiritual journeys. Many report that after experiencing and properly interpreting these signs, their spiritual awareness deepened dramatically. These moments, though potentially unsettling, often serve as catalysts for spiritual growth and understanding. Protecting ourselves from negative spiritual influences requires more than just awareness. It demands active engagement with spiritual practices. Building strong spiritual foundations through regular prayer, meditation, or other faith-based practices creates natural resistance to negative entities. This spiritual strength manifests not just in moments of confrontation with supernatural cold, but in every aspect of daily life. Critical thinking remains vital when evaluating cold spot experiences. Not every chill indicates spiritual presence, yet dismissing all unexplained temperature changes as purely physical phenomena ignores centuries of documented spiritual encounters. Wisdom lies in developing discernment, learning to distinguish between natural and supernatural cold through careful observation and application of ancient knowledge. These temperature anomalies often serve as gateways to deeper spiritual understanding. Many who initially notice only the cold gradually become aware of other spiritual signs, subtle changes in energy, unexpected emotional responses, or heightened intuitive awareness. This expanded consciousness, once awakened, typically continues developing, leading to richer spiritual experiences and deeper insights. Looking forward, these experiences suggest humanity stands on the threshold of greater spiritual awareness. As more people share their encounters with unexplained cold spots, patterns emerge that confirm ancient teachings while revealing new insights for modern times. This growing body of evidence points toward a deeper reality that transcends pure materialistic understanding. Most importantly, knowledge about these spiritual signs empowers rather than frightens. Understanding cold spots as potential spiritual indicators allows for appropriate responses rather than fearful reactions. This awareness, combined with proper spiritual protection methods, transforms potentially threatening encounters into opportunities for spiritual growth and understanding. If these insights resonate with your own experiences or spark recognition of encounters you've had, you're not alone. Millions worldwide share similar experiences, though many remain hesitant to discuss them openly. By sharing this knowledge, we create safer spaces for exploring and understanding these profound spiritual phenomena. Before we part ways, I invite you to join our growing community of spiritual seekers and truth finders. Hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss our upcoming revelations about supernatural phenomena and ancient spiritual wisdom. Your subscription helps spread this crucial knowledge to others who might be experiencing unexplained encounters without understanding their significance. Show your support by leaving a like on this video. It helps share this vital information with more people who might be searching for answers about their own supernatural experiences. Every like and share spreads awareness and helps build a stronger community of spiritually aware individuals. Remember, unexplained cold spots might mark the beginning of deeper spiritual awareness. Stay vigilant, stay protected, and most importantly, stay open to the profound spiritual truths these experiences might reveal. Until next time, may your spiritual journey be blessed with wisdom, protection, and divine guidance. Don't forget to activate that notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos exploring the mysteries of spiritual realm. Together, we'll continue unraveling the secrets of supernatural phenomena and ancient spiritual wisdom. Share your own experiences in the comments below. Your story might help others understand their own encounters with unexplained cold spots. Join our community of spiritual seekers as we explore these profound mysteries together.